The 70 weeks prophecy in chapter 9 is the third prophecy Daniel himself received. This is one of the most amazing prophecies that were ever given to any prophet. It summarizes basically the entire history from 445 BC all the way until the Great Tribulation that will start at some point and will last for 7 years. And in between, you have a gap that we live in right now, a gap where God has blinded himself, the eyes of the Jewish people, because they hardened their hearts. But the Bible says that God is the one who hardened their hearts, who blinded them. And of course, through their fall, in order to provoke them to jealousy, the Bible says salvation was given to the Gentiles. And if you read Romans 11, you can see how the salvation of the Gentiles is neatly woven with the way God is going to act with Israel even in the future. And it's interesting because the Bible speaks of how eventually, when the time of the Gentiles will come in, when the number of the Gentiles will come in, when the door to the Gentiles will close, then all Israel will be saved. So you see that there is a gap, there is a time in history where God is allowing Gentiles, by His grace, to be saved. And this is why I feel such an urgency to speak out, especially to the world, to the Gentile world. The door is about to be closed. And the shift of God is going to move back to the Jewish people once the rapture is taking place. And then the Antichrist, the Bible is clearly indicated how he is persecuting the woman who gave birth to that baby who was Jesus, and he's after her and her seed, the Jewish people. And yes, just like in the last 2,000 years, Gentiles predominantly were reaching, approached by Christ. And there are some Jews along the way, small number, such as myself, that by grace had been able to open their eyes to see the truth. Throughout the tribulation, it will be predominantly to the Jewish people, and some very few Gentiles, by grace, might be able to be saved also. But just as now it's the time for the church, for the Gentile church, then it will be the time for Israel. And I want to encourage you, as much as you have a task and a mandate to pray for Jerusalem and for the priests of Jerusalem, and to pray for the people of Israel and their salvation, the door for the Gentiles is about to close. The times of the Gentiles is about to come in. It is an amazing thing written in Romans 11, following that which was revealed to the prophet Daniel. I will give a whole teaching on Daniel's 70 weeks prophecy later on, but I have to remind you guys that whatever things were written before were written for our learning, that we, through the patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope. The hope that we have is not a hope that the world can give or understand. The hope that we have is the hope known as the blessed hope. And the blessed hope, seeing all the apostasy all around apostasy, and seeing all the horrible falling away of believers and those supposed to be Christians, when we see how the world is completely blind, we also have the hope that Jesus is coming shortly to take us out of this world. So I want to encourage all of you. Have patience and draw comfort, not from the news, not from sensationalists who are giving you fake news, not from someone who is trying to play war games or calling himself InfoWar, not by some crazy teachers online that are always using bombastic headlines, but yet there's no substance behind it. We as believers can only draw our comfort and patience from the scriptures. And that is the thing that gives us hope. So I want to encourage you, if you want to find hope in this world, and if you want to have that patience and comfort, don't go to the scriptures. Everything has been told, foretold, and we must remember that. So I want to encourage you to continue and follow us on the social media, on Facebook, and if you want on Instagram, it's Behold Israel, one word, and Twitter, Behold Israel, YouTube, Behold Israel, and sign up for our weekly roundup. I'm sending emails every Thursday with the entire news and ministry updates of the whole week. Eventually, Facebook will take me off the air, I know that, and this will be my way to communicate with you. And so please go to beholdisrael.org and sign up, put your name and email address there, and get our emails so you can stay in touch with us.